Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the BeerDad and Brewed podcast. As always, I am your hostess with the mostest, the BeerDad himself, Justin Allen, and I am joined by my most awesome co-host, Sir Brandon from the hills of Agora. What's up, Brandon?
It's back.
It's back.
The intro is back.
I think it's because we're like almost in the hills of Agora right now.
We're
very
pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
We are pretty close.
What are we, like 30 minutes away?
Yeah, roughly.
Something like that. Where are we?
We are in Camarillo, California.
Camarillo.
Camarillo, as the cool kids call it. Nah, they don't. Camarillo.
Is Camarillo the appropriate?
Camarillo is the appropriate. Okay. Nobody calls it Camarillo. Was trying to be funny. It sounded funny in my head. Did not sound as funny coming out. But anyways, thanks for obliging me. Anyway, to the listeners, we're in Camarillo, California.
We are on a tour. And I brought somebody along. We are joined here by a returning guest. Somebody near and dear to the hearts of the BeerDad and Brewed podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Thin Vine Wines / BeerDad's BrewWorks, Jonathan Matson.
Wow, what an intro,
like that?
man.
That's
that was
good.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Should have been a drum roll or something in there.
Wow, amazing. Thank you. And by the way, Camarillo is always funny.
Always funny.
Okay. All right. Yeah. John liked it.
Always.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Oh,
dude,
man.
Yeah. It's our first time meeting, John. It's been awesome to meet you, and I haven't had a chance to try the wine yet, but I'm excited to try it and heard nothing but good things. And I love that. I know I was telling you off mic before we got on, but love that episode that you and Justin did together. Loved hearing about, the brand and kind of, the story behind what you're doing with the wine and stuff. And yeah, man, I'm excited to try it.
Love that. Thank you so much, man. And thanks for allowing me back after that last one. Kind of surprised, to be honest.
It was good, man. A lot of downloads on that one.
We had a lot of fun on that.
We were joined by a good friend of ours that listens to the show, old Anthony Mobley. He apparently, I don't know how this happened, but I listened to the episode and there was something about he was going to become like a reptile keeper.
Reptilian. Reptilian? Or no.
No, he was going to like have a reptile zoo or something. I don't know where that came from, but I thought that was interesting. And I don't think he likes reptiles.
A reptilian is that thing that girl saw on the flight, right? Where that went viral. She's like, that thing is not
motherfucker real. Over there is not real.
That was a reptilian, I think.
Is that what that was?
Anthony's just the reptile wrangler or something like that.
Yeah, like a snake wrangler. Snake
something
whisperer.
Like yeah.
I don't know who Anthony is, but
He's
out
a nice
to you.
dude.
All right.
Nice guy.
Cheers,
he was on the one that
hey,
I was
Anthony.
on.
Yeah, just don't wrangle any more snakes, especially the trouser variety.
Easy with those trouser snakes out in Sacramento, bro.
Whoa, the trouser snakes.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we were just talking about Sacramento, and it just comes right back. It's just like, it just can't, it's like herpes. It just never goes away. Old capital Sacramento.
Old
Yeah.
cut capital.
I was waiting. So in case you were wondering, 3 minutes and 21 seconds before the word cuck was used
that was
on this
just a
episode,
stutter. Cut capital.
People are like, this is the weird way to start the BeerDad and Brew podcast because, I think it's been said before, but usually 3 minutes in, typical bullshit on our show, and here we are, we're throwing out the cuck word already. It's probably because there's a chair staring at us over there. We are actually recording. This will be third time in a hotel, second time in a hotel room. We are at the 5-star accommodations in Camarillo, Hampton Inn. Shout out to Hampton Inn for their free breakfast that we're going to partake in the morning.
And snacks. They gave us snacks when we checked in.
You did.
Because you're a gold member. Weird flex, bro.
Mr. Allen, you're a gold member. Please choose 2 of our very cheaply appointed snacks that we have on our counter.
Wow. That was
Trail mix.
Good impression.
Yeah. Trail mix and what did you have?
Chips. Like sweet potato chips.
Sweet potato chips.
Wow.
Yeah. But she hated us.
She really did.
I felt pressure to pick that snack real quick. I actually didn't really want that. But she was like, she hated us, dude.
She wanted us to leave that counter so fast.
Yeah.
I don't
these
understand.
guys came in with 2 bellhop things.
Full of beer.
Yes.
Yeah. That was after we already knew she hated us. And then she sees us 2 degenerates just wheeling in.
Looking like Hunter S. Thompson and, out of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Ooh,
But why is it that you guys have so many cases of beer? Today was a day full of missions and adventure.
So we embarked. Shout out to BeerDad's BrewWorks, one of the sponsors of the BeerDad and Brewed podcast. We may know those guys. Anyways, BeerDad's BrewWorks was looking to diversify their portfolio of clients that retail sell some of the most amazing beer you can get in Southern California, by the way. And so we decided to take a trip up the Central Coast because our beer is, the farthest it goes from San Diego is LA, and not very far. We got Inglewood and we got Azusa, and that's it in LA. And so
Bakersfield, we had that one random one in
Bakersfield,
right?
yeah. But nothing. Technically, if we want to be technical, you did get some in Oakdale, I think.
Oh yeah.
So, but as far as the coast goes, nothing, right? Other than San Diego, but the Central Coast, we got nothing. So we thought we'd take a trip, a little day trip. We got up bright and early. The sun wasn't even out. And we started our journey, and we ended up in San Luis Obispo to start the morning.
Slow. They call it slow.
Yeah, definitely slow up there.
SLO, slow.
Yeah, it was nice. But
the W silent.
We got up there and planned our attack after some lovely breakfast. What was the name of that place? We got to shout them out. Luis's Cafe in San Luis Obispo is one of the most ridiculous breakfast spots. It was good.
Biscuits and gravy all day. Oh, yeah.
Biscuits and gravy, amazing staff that worked there. We were talked into the biscuits and gravy because she was talking about dipping her tater tots in the gravy. Oh, sounds like something you can look up on Urban Dictionary.
That's extra.
Good Lord.
Dipping your tater tots in the gravy. Yeah, but very good breakfast. Absolutely amazing.
Louise's out of control.
Louise's Cafe. But yeah, so we went up to slow start our day, and we had an adventure and try to find some clients. We were successful in San Luis Obispo because we can actually announce it here on the BeerDad and Brew podcast. For those of you wondering, where can you get BeerDad's BrewWorks in San Luis Obispo? Well, you can currently right now visit Cork and Bottle, San Luis Obispo. Not too far from the college area, kind of northern part of San Luis Obispo. Great location. I got to shout out Cork and Bottle. Zach, the owner, he told us he doesn't really do social media, and I think he should, because this was the craziest liquor store we've ever seen, I think.
Yeah, really cool spot.
So you walk in and you're like, it's a liquor store. You got the counter, you got, all the rows and rows and rows of bourbon and whiskey. They got a lot of whiskey picks that they did for the store. But then when you look to the left, there is an amazing deli, and we saw a bunch of people eating. They had burgers, they had hot dogs, they had sandwiches, reasonably priced. But then a little bit past that, John, we saw the holy grail of any liquor store we've ever seen. There was a bar inside the liquor store.
Whoa.
In which you could get beer, wine. I mean, I've never seen a liquor store with a bar inside it. It was crazy. And at first we thought it was just for looks, but then you saw the glasses in the fridge. They had all kinds of really rare bottles of like Bourbon County and all those like fancy like stouts and stuff, the Goose Island and and all the Firestone. They had all the Firestone like special limited edition release
stuff in
like
the boxes and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and all the
parabolas from
all of the year releases, everything, and it was just cool. And Zach was really, really nice, and we really want to shout him out and appreciate the fact that he took a chance on some wild and crazy guys that just came out of San Diego and showed up in San Luis Obispo with a hope and a prayer that, hey, we could get our beers up here. And we did. So we're available in San Luis Obispo. So all them slow people, is that what you call them? If you're from slow, are you a slow person?
I think slow folks.
Slow folks. I like that. Yeah. I like that. It's really cool. Didn't we see a place? It was like a surf shop called Slow Cal.
I feel like almost every other business had slow incorporated into it.
It did.
Slow.
You kind of have to.
Slows and yogurt or something like that. We drove by like a frozen yogurt place.
Slow cone.
Slow cone.
I'll go get me a slow cone today.
That's good.
Yeah. But definitely worth checking out for all the people up in San Luis Obispo. Check out Cork and Bottle. Say, hey, we're here for some beer dads. We need some Dad's Hawaiian Shirt Hazy Double IPA and some Father Figure IPA, and they'll take care of you. So that was really cool.
Yeah, great spot. And he was slammed the whole time we were there.
Busy,
and it was really nice of him to accommodate us and not just, he could have told us to get lost.
Yeah,
like, hey, I'm busy, and people coming in buying booze, buying whatever. And then there was like a deli there too. and the food smelled amazing.
Yeah.
Great spot.
I'm just really happy that he, showed us some love and
sure.
gave us a chance. So really appreciate it. Thanks, Zach. And so we got to tour Slow a little bit more. We, visited a couple other places, tried to get them to get our product. We met some people, left some samples, but wanted to shout out a couple other places. One is what was the owl place?
Oh. Ugh. I'll pull it up.
Look it up. While he's looking that up.
Bottlecraft.
And we also...
Ancient Owl? No.
Ancient Owl.
Ancient Owl. Yes, the Ancient Owl.
Ancient Owl? Okay.
That place was badass. They have their OG locations in Atascadero, California, and this one was in Slow, and just such a beautiful bottle shop and tap room. They had some amazing beer there, both on tap, and they had these big giant display door refrigerators, very similar to the Craft Lounge, but just a nice place, and a lot of good stuff that they had there for sale. I think we would have been a great fit. Fortunately, the beer buyer was out of town, but left a message for them. We got they got our price list. They got some samples, so hopefully, we keep in contact with them. But it's a really cool place. Like I told you, Brandon, go check it out. I just like the decor. It was just kind of very home, felt like home, felt like a craft beer bar. Like they cared about people that are into craft beer and wine, and a nice place to lounge and relax and enjoy a beverage.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Ancient Owl Beer Garden is what it's called.
Ancient Owl Beer Garden.
Really cool spot.
And then, like John mentioned, we also went to, where was it? With the tap room inside the Bottlecraft. Yes. Thank you. So we're all familiar. A lot of people at the BeerDad and Brew podcast are familiar with Bottlecraft. It's a tap room bottle shop based in San Diego. Multiple locations: North Park, Oceanside. There's also one in Long Beach up in LA County, and this one's in San Luis Obispo in a little packing house with all the different restaurants and the deli that had freaking
the prosciutto,
bro. Where
Brandon,
they'll slice it deli status.
Oh, dude.
The gabagool?
They had the brick. They had the brick of the gabagool, the whole thing. I never seen it in its whole form, I see it sliced up, but this was the whole I just want to take a bite of it. It looks
Mamma
amazing.
mia.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
let's
right.
go.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bottlecraft in there, amazing selection. We got to, meet with the manager, and he, we sat there and had a couple beers with him, and they sampled our beers, and it sounds like we're going to try to put something together with them. And, they got multiple locations. Hopefully we can make it happen in our hometown down there in San Diego and be in there, because I think that's a really cool place. Bottlecraft is very serious about their craft beer and about the selection that they carry. Everything is really, really good. Shout out to Enegren, had some lightest one while I was there. I had to.
Oh, yeah.
So it was crazy. So, obviously, you know me well, Brandon, the beers that the BeerDad likes. And I look up, and it was they had lightest one. They also had 10 Degrees from Urban Roots. And I was like, oh, that's one of my new favorites. I'm like, oh my gosh. But I had just had the 10 Degrees because I was up in Sacramento not too long ago. And so I was like, I haven't had lightest one in a while. So I went that way.
What kind of beer is 10 Degrees?
10 Degrees is a Czech Pilsner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
really,
I
really
haven't
good.
had that one yet. I'll have to
Super
check
good.
it out.
Yeah, especially if you're in Sacramento and you can get it from the source. They pour it out of the Euchre faucet in a dimple mug.
Oh yeah.
Nice,
okay.
Classic style. Nice foamy head.
Wow.
Foamy head, John.
Giggity.
Yeah.
Giggity. I love it. Thank you.
Foamy head and the cuck chair.
Wow.
When you go hand in hand.
All right. It's too early in the podcast for that.
Right.
Sorry.
There is going to be a picture posted of this. We were joking because I was telling them there was a meme video or something where the guy was how come every hotel has to have the cuck chair, right? And there's pictures. But the one in this room has got to be the most ridiculous looking chair.
It's the cuckiest chair.
It doesn't match the decor at all. It's red. It sticks out like a sore thumb, and it is a cuck chair. I would not recommend taking a black light to it because you probably, you don't want to know what's on that chair. John sat on it earlier.
And I'm still not even sure what cooking is. You guys kind of explained a little bit before we went live, and I think it's disgusting. I think you people are terrible. You cuckers. Not you cuckers. I don't know.
One would say
what
mother
you do
cucker.
behind closed doors is none of my business. But mother cucker? Yeah. I still think it's just a terrible thing that these people do. Yeah. Why would you do that in a hotel? that we're gonna sit in that chair. I mean, come on.
Well, my thing is you're in a hotel, you got a
terrible.
perfectly good bed. Why do you
Two of
want
them
to
in this
sit
one.
in a
Right.
tweed, uncomfortable looking chair? I don't get it.
Shout out to their cleaning crew because you never know by looking at that chair. Terrible things.
Get a black light.
Yeah.
Check that out.
They definitely look at that chair and say, fuck that. I'm not paid enough for that shit.
Yeah. No. Bless their hearts. Bless their hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sticky.
So after, so where else did you guys hit? Any other places that you want to shout out or that you thought was cool?
As far as San Luis Obispo goes, well, we already obviously shouted out the breakfast place that we had, but I think that's...
Do you remember the beers that I got at Bottlecraft? I should have tried to remember. I know I got one that was from Slow, right? They were all IPAs.
You had... Yeah, no, I actually had a beer from the same place. It was... There is no name brewing.
Oh, There Does Not Exist.
Yes.
Yes, there... Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Good.
Gotta talk about There Does Not Exist.
Okay.
Well, you guys go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, I had their like West Coast IPA. Phenomenal.
Okay.
One of my favorite West Coast IPAs.
Yeah.
There Does
in a
Not
long time.
Exist is definitely, it's not like the biggest brewery in Slow,
Yeah.
but it's
one of the better
certainly like the most notorious.
And that-
they have like an insane reputation.
What was his name? Shay?
Sean.
That's the recommended, like, best brewery in Slow.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
I mean, I'm sure there's people who would make the case that it's one of the best breweries in California. I know that sounds like
Yeah.
very like a crazy thing to say.
Yeah,
It's, yeah.
he talked him up quite a bit, and so he had the IPA, and then I had the Kolsch.
Ooh, okay.
And-
yeah. Oh, I've had the Kolsch.
Yeah, it was a really, really good Kolsch. Like, no complaints there. And then I had the lightest one from Enegrin. Shout out to our friends at Enegrin in Moore Park, California. Not too far from where we're at right now.
Yes.
It's almost like I can smell the Reinheitsgebot just on the other side of that mountain over there.
Reinheitsgebot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big meat. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
But speaking of Enegrin and German style beer, we're actually drinking.
Maybe some context with the big meat comment.
Big
You
meat.
can't just throw out. We were talking about big meat.
Oh,
earlier.
I think it was the
beer.
cuck. The cuck
And,
chair.
oh,
The
okay.
beer. Or
Yeah,
the beer.
The beer,
Big
the
meat.
big meat. It's a
Big
smoked beer that
Oh, okay.
Enegrin makes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the craft beer fans already knew what you were talking about. I just heard.
That's right.
We were
Big
talking
meat.
about big meat earlier, and you just glossed right over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, that's a fair question, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
This guy,
He doesn't skip a beat over there.
I do a lot.
But you poured a beer in between here that we're having.
yeah. This is a
Delicious, by the way.
Yeah, it's a Schwarzbier from Institution Ale Company.
Schwarzbier.
Schwarzbier.
Yeah, I love it. Institution L's.
Yeah, Institution
like-
Ale Company.
I feel like we were there.
We were there.
We were there, and this was Brandon's choice. Good looking out, Brandon, because John and I we were quite hungry, famished after our journey that we've been on, and Brandon said, "Let's go. It's not too far from the hotel here, the Hampton Inn," and I was not disappointed. John was not disappointed. The pizza that we had. Can we talk about that? Could that might be a borderline inappropriate for this show? I mean, I know we're talking about cuck and all this other crazy stuff and big meats.
Yeah.
No, I think you got to give it to him.
That was a mouthgasm for sure.
The pizza.
Is that one empty, bro?
Yeah.
The pizza at
You want some
Institution
some
Ale
ASMR?
Company. Yeah, here.
ASMR?
Do it.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna
Do
go
it. Ready? Here we go. Oh, that almost sounded
God.
like the opening right there. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
A little bit of the pour too.
That hit
Oh,
me
here
in
we
my
go,
cup
here we go.
chair.
Oh, the sound creeps are just loving you right now. So anyways, this brewery here in Camarillo, Institution Ale Company, the food was amazing. I want to shout out the staff. So for the owners of Institution Ale Company, I want you guys to know that you guys have an amazing staff there. This place was packed. It's Friday night, but the line moved quick. I don't even think we waited that long to put our order in. The staff was very accommodating and greeting. In fact, it's like they knew. They're like, oh, these guys are from somewhere. I know, right? And they wanted to take care of us. So they were very accommodating And we left them with some BeerDad's BrewWorks beers as well, and they sent us on our way with some Institutional company. So I said, we're going to have it on the podcast, so we'll talk about it and shout you guys out. And every beer that I have tasted so far from them has been delicious. So from Brandon's suggestion, because he knows the type of beers that I really are crushing on right now, it was a German Pilsner.
Yeah, it's called RX Pills.
RX, so like
as in like prescription pills. Yeah, exactly.
I like to play on words. I dig that. The whole dad joke thing. It's really cool. But the actual brewery itself, first of all, the building's gorgeous. A lot of money went into that. A lot of money went into that place. They have a cool little game room over there, with like some games to play. And then you walk in, plenty of seating, tons of seating, both inside and outside, large beer garden on the outside. Me, when I see brewing equipment, crushing. The fermenters were beautiful, but I was crushing on their canning system. I mean, that thing, state of the art. Lots of money was put into that. And I'm sure, they appreciate like how much money they save by canning their own product. And it was just nice. And the bar itself, amazing. The wait staff was amazing. I didn't have any complaints about that place. What about you, John? What'd you think of that place?
No, you nailed it. Awesome spot. Did you already talk about the pizza?
Phenomenal. Well, I didn't really talk about it other than that it was delicious.
Yeah. So with Brandon's recommendation, he recommended this carne asada pizza, which love pizza, love carne asada, anything, being from San Diego, best Mexican food.
San Diego.
Cali, holla. Phenomenal. So we were just talking about Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. And it literally tasted like that, but a thicker, more delicious version. So good, so good.
Let's not say it tasted like taco because that's an unfair assessment.
No, I don't want to make it's not a negative thing. It was.
This is for those Taco Bell heads that are obsessed with Mexican pizza. Think they're really, really delicious. They're okay, but this pizza's next level. And like he said, carne asada. Like, how many places do you know that you can order a carne asada pizza? This was stupid good.
So good. And we got the pretzels, which had the beer cheese and some mustard, right?
Mustard. They did like a
brown mustard.
Brown mustard, yeah.
That was good. Oh, that was delicious.
And then I also love their branding. I'm a big visual person. That's one of the first things I notice on a can of beer, on a bottle of wine, whatever. And their branding is just beautiful. I love the flat black.
All about that marketing, right?
Yeah, I love that. That's a beautiful can. Beautiful job, guys.
Yeah,
and the beer's phenomenal too.
Delicious.
Yeah,
we're drinking it right now. This beer that they're drinking.
What are we drinking?
Schwarz beer.
Yeah, Schwarz beer. Let me just grab the can here. So, yeah, I believe it's just called Schwarz beer. It doesn't have like a fancy name or anything like that. It's a 4.8%. I don't see anything about like the malt.
Like it.
Yeah. It's really good though. First time I'm trying it. And yeah, I love this place. I've been there many times.
Yeah.
So they have two locations. The original is the Camarillo location that we went to tonight, which is where they do all of their brewing.
Yeah.
They, Justin, as you were just kind of talking about, they have a huge like canning operation.
Big time.
They're very widely distributed and accessible out in the Ventura County and Los Angeles counties, California. I'm sure you could find them elsewhere as well, but very, very present out in like the area that we're in right now. Along, I would say probably Institution and Made West.
Yeah.
Out in Ventura.
Made
like
West
the
is great beer too.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are probably the two biggest like craft breweries that are accessible out in this area.
Yeah.
And Tarantula Hill as well. And
we like them.
Yeah, Enegrin, Tarantula Hill. Yeah, those are.
You got some good shit out here. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, and that's
for sure
in a respectful way. A lot of good breweries. I mean, we already know the love affair that this show has for Enegrin. Starting way back to the days of the Craft Lounge when they were one of the first people in the area to carry Enegrin before it became widely distributed. And Josh and I just crushed on just about every single beer we ever got from there. Just a lot of good memories drinking some Enegrin beers. And then Brandon Gray, him and I did a podcast there at the actual brewery. That was really fun.
Yeah. I love that episode.
Got to meet some cool people while we were there. And yeah, a lot of stuff. And it's Moore Park, not too far from here. And you mentioned Made West. The Ventura Light Lager.
Yes, yes, Ventura Light Lager. Fucking incredible, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
What's the other?
And then Tarantula Hill is another big one
Tarantula
out
Hill,
in this
we've been
area.
there.
Thousand Oaks.
Amazing food. We had
really,
food there.
Yeah, really good food, really good beer. But yeah, Institution, they also have a second location out in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
They don't brew out there. They only brew out here in Camarillo, but you can get all the food out there in Santa Barbara. It's a bit of a smaller location. The one here in Camarillo obviously is a lot bigger. Like you were saying, Justin, they have like the beer garden and whatnot, but the one in Santa Barbara is really cool too. And it's like on State Street, which is like, or it's close to State Street, which if you know Santa Barbara, that's like one of the big like action spots out there. There's a lot going on and lot to do. So good place to grab a beer, grab a pizza. Yeah, it's just a really cool spot. They probably their specialty, aside from the RX pills that you talked about, they do a lot of like dry West Coasters, like just straightforward single hop IPAs, sometimes like two different, like a blend of two hops.
That's the stuff that John's dreams are made of right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Terrible.
Just really straightforward. And I don't mean straightforward as in like boring, but like straightforward as in like really highlighting like one or two hops and just not trying to do anything like too crazy or just like blow your, blow your taste buds out or anything like that. But, yeah, they're cool, man. And they also do, just to, wrap up on the Institution front, like they also have like a bunch of like really cool festivals because like they have a lot of space out here in Camarillo.
Right.
So they do host a lot of really cool beer events throughout the year. Anyone that's in the area, that lives out here or is going to be traveling out here to kind of like Los Angeles or Ventura area, I definitely recommend like looking on, social media if Institution's going to have any events. They have a really great Oktoberfest, but also they have this thing called Winterfest that they do every year, every January. I missed it this year. I don't know if they did it this year actually, but I definitely went to the 2023 version. And they bring out like all of their like craziest barrel aged stuff, their high ABV stouts, porters,
Stuff that keeps you
kind of stuff
warm during the winter.
Yeah, exactly. And then they invite all their friends. So all these great Southern California breweries, and I believe even like out of state breweries as well. And they all just come like, who can bring the biggest, baddest, high ABV stuff that like will fucking knock your socks off. And you take like a taster size and you're like, whoa, okay, I feel that one.
That would probably be a really fun beer fest to go to. Bring a microphone and just like as the day progresses, just interview people. Like, can you imagine they're drinking all these? It's almost like a giant stout season episode. That's what that
exactly.
Can you imagine? Like that'd be fun to take care of. So.
Yeah, like I said, I went to the 2023 version and, I was very fortunate to have a designated driver. And,
yeah, we're, you want to hand me the next one in the lineup there? Is it the flu?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
This is the one I picked out.
Yeah. You're in for a treat. It's an interesting one, but, anyway, yeah, I had a designated driver at this, Winterfest and I was like, all right, I'm going to try one of every beer.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I got to like 25 out of 27 or something. I had like a taster of each.
That's a lot. For barrel aged?
Yeah.
That's
yeah, man. I'm still recuperating. No. But it was cool, man. Like, dude, they had shit from like fucking, this has been aged since 2016 or some shit. Like just crazy stuff, man. I was like, this is the only opportunity you're going to get a chance to try this stuff. So
I love the barrel aged. We talked about Pure, I think, real briefly. Pure in Carlsbad. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Another guy we were talking to was talking about Pure. I'm sorry, dude.
No. Go ahead.
But Pure in Carlsbad.
Pure?
They do a ton of really good barrel aged ones. Really good barrel aged beers. We need to do a barrel aged beer.
Justin is
BeerDad.
cracking a beer right now called the Flu.
The Flu.
Now, this is another beer that that Institution, I believe it's now become one of their core beers, which is kind of crazy that this is a core beer. They brewed it for a while.
You aren't a kid when you say crazy, because when I just took the quick whiff of this after I poured it, the Flu, it is a smoked porter with habaneros.
Yeah. I saw your beard,
Just stood straight up.
yeah.
It just went like, wow. When you smell this, it's crazy. I'm gonna just dive right in.
Yeah, please do, man. I'm so curious what you think. I've had this beer on draft before. I've never had a can like this.
Ooh, I bet it's good on draft.
Yeah, it was wild, man.
Super smoky on the nose.
Wow. Let me just tell you my experience here because I feel like,
Ooh, that's like a bonfire in your mouth. Amazing.
Oh yeah, okay, I like it.
do you remember
bonfire on the cut couch?
right? Willy Wonka,
Yes.
right? The gobstopper. Like legit Willy Wonka, like
Yeah.
right.
I'm with you. Yeah,
See the gobstopper candy, you would like put it in there and like you got like turkey and like mashed potatoes and like the flavors just kept coming, right? No pun, no pun, culture. But dude, there is so much flavor in this, and it hits you like almost like all one at a time. And when I didn't take a gulp. I took like a normal swig. Like it didn't get too crazy, but I didn't want. I wanted to get all the flavor. So I'm like, this smoked. It tastes like I'm eating like a nice little barbecue, like maybe some brisket and a little bit more taste. Then got a little bit of barbecue sauce, and then after you close your palate and you think, all right, I'm done. The habanero kicks your ass, and the spice is there.
It's still there too.
It's crazy,
It's
and
still
it's
there.
lingering. Like this is so cool. This is a cool experience. Is this like a everyday drinking beer? Not for me. For some crazy folks out there, maybe.
Same, no.
But dude, it's so good, and I'm thinking to myself like. So I remember we talked about the big meat, right? Enegrin.
Yep.
And that was one of Josh's favorite beers, but I'll never forget when he made chili with it. I think this would make a great chili.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I remember when they first brewed this beer, and I was over in the little merch shop, where you can get your, take home beer.
Yeah.
And I got a crowler of this to go because they had some like pre-made crowlers of like stuff that they hadn't like put into the 4-packs, and it was like, all right, this is just like some stuff that we have on draft. And I was like, the Flu smoked habanero porter, like, okay, that's wild. I got to try that.
Yeah.
And like I said, now this has become a core beer. So this is a beer that clearly has sold enough that enough people like. And the sales obviously are good enough that they've made this a core beer. So like, that's kind of wild.
I ain't mad at it. It's a fun beer.
6.8 ABV too.
Is it really 6.8?
6.8, yeah.
Wow.
Now they
pretty good.
categorize this as a smoked porter,
Yeah.
and Enegrin calls theirs a Rausch beer, and obviously Enegrin.
Similar.
Would you say it's the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, style-wise, similar. I mean, I don't know. It obviously there's grain, goes a lot into it. Grain bill's a little bit different, but my thing is like with a porter. So I'm trying to think of the words here. So my thing with a porter is like when you drink a traditional porter, like a tatty porter or something like that, you're gonna get like chocolatey coffee notes, stuff like that, and maybe a little bit more creaminess, I guess is the word. And I feel like with the Rausch beer, it's got more pop to it.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
But similar. And both of these beers, I think, almost if you put them side by side, you get a similar experience. But I feel like this one has the spice to it. It takes it up just a little bit more. Not saying that I like it better than the big meat. They're similar, but this one has a more of a uniqueness to it. And I think that people that like that will really like this. Unless you're one of those people that doesn't like spicy stuff, then you might be a little turned off by it. Because, like John said, the spice is still there.
Yeah, it lingers in a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're not a huge
Yeah, if you're into like spicy food, like you like going to a taco shop and getting something with some really hot salsa on top of it, you probably like this. Like, I don't know, dude, it's such a unique beer. Like, I'm thinking about all these things that I want to do to it, and and it does not involve that chair over there. In case you were wondering,
Could it? Or
It would burn.
nah?
no, you need to be more intimate with this thing. You gotta. It's a good beer.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like cooking.
Gotta handle with care.
Cooking wise, food pairing wise, different things that you would want to do with this beer. It's just it tastes different. There's so much going on here.
Really good winter beer, like sitting around a fire, maybe drinking this.
I think I'm actually going back to Ballast Point, Indra Canindra. You ever had that beer?
Indra Canindra? No.
That was a beer that had everything under the kitchen sink thrown at it, and it was like a gobstopper beer. So many crazy flavors. In fact, I remember ordering like a bunch of beers, like a flight there one time, and Indra Canindra was on there, and the lady told me, she was like, "Drink this one last. It's a palate wrecker."
Yeah. This is a palate wrecker for sure.
It
But,
can
like,
be.
It like not in a bad way necessarily,
Yeah,
but yeah.
What do you think, John?
I like it. Like you said, it's not a. I probably could do it more than one, in a sitting. But it's
spice
really
is
good.
crazy,
Like
man.
you save it for like a special night, special event.
Yeah.
Sit around the bonfire or the campfire in the backyard or something. Really good. Good
Yeah.
winter beer for sure.
My tongue is...
Makes me feel all warm and tingly.
That's right. It's tingling.
Yeah.
I like that. Shout out.
Beautiful
Institution
color,
L
too.
Company. You guys are awesome. Like, man, what the first beer was amazing. And then this beer is just like, it's like you already hit a home run, and then now all of a sudden you're like, here's the dessert. Like, try this, even though it's not really dessert because it's spicy. But
Another sick label too. I like that one more actually. Really, really sick label. Beautiful.
great for food pairings. I think barbecue and sushi and stuff like that, like that can be a perfect pairing for it.
For sure. Now that I'm catching up right now, is still finishing up the last beer, so I'm taking my first couple of sips of the night of the flu. This beer that we're drinking now. I think I like it better than the Big Meat, and perhaps it's not fair to fully, because this one's got the habanero quality to it, whereas Big Meat is more like meat oriented.
Yeah. I just can't get over the name.
It is very good.
The Big Meat.
But
Love it.
yeah, this is. No, I'm gonna sip again.
Oh,
Like you
Are you
said,
falling asleep right now on your
Am I?
podcast?
no, that's never
You're
happened.
just resting your eyes.
hey,
no.
we recorded like overnight one time. You remember that? We recorded our beautiful Stout Season 2022 episode. We didn't start until like 1 a.m. and we ended at like 4 a.m.
That is correct, because we
Something
started
around there.
we started really late, and it was like we were in the craft lounge, like, I mean, almost when the sun came out when we got out of there.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Jimmy and Brandon were hustling, selling. They didn't want to close. Don't
Yeah.
blame them, because they had some
packed in there.
fish on the line, and yeah. But
If you build it, they will come.
oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Or if you sit in that chair, I'm pretty sure they'll come too.
Somebody will.
It's
I
just-
mean, they should.
I can't
Somebody-
stop looking at
somebody
it.
has.
It's like it just sticks out like a sore thumb in this room.
I
right
know.
now.
I'll never go into like I had never heard of that before. Like a
welcome.
cup chair. I'll never.
Think TikTok. Yeah.
It's just sitting there
I'll
staring
never
at
go
us.
into a hotel room again. But oh yeah, there's the cuck chair.
Yeah.
It's
He's gonna like.
It's
It's gonna be burned in the back
accurate.
of his brain, and he's gonna check into the hotel, and you and Bex will start putting your bags away, and then you'll just like completely like be oblivious, and you're just gonna sit in it, and then all of a sudden you're gonna go, "Oh no!" And yeah, it's just gonna
Totally.
yeah.
That's totally what's gonna happen.
Oh no, I'm pregnant.
Exactly. Man.
Oh no, I'm pregnant. That was good.
Things happen.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This area that we're in right now, Camarillo, just to like let people know, it doesn't just have Institution. If you're a beer lover, there's a bunch of cool little spots out here.
Topa.
Yeah, Topa Topa opened up recently, an outpost out here. I haven't been myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know how big it is, or I don't think they have like food offerings, but I would imagine they have a pretty wide array of their amazing beer offerings. And then I was telling John, there's a brewery out here. They're like a brewery / winery. They're called Flatfish.
Mm-hmm.
And they take their wine just as serious as their beer. And when you walk in, it's like the winery. And then they just have like a little back section where they brew their beer too. And yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Camarillo, little kind of up and coming, I don't know.
I love it.
Beer
I love
spot.
it. I love it out here, actually. I like it
Beautiful.
a lot.
Yeah.
This whole area. I mean,
Yeah, we drove
I
through
feel
we
like
saw everything today.
you come through, like, right, you're LA-ish, right? And then, like, almost to your pad, the hills of Agora. But you come around and I feel like you just kind of curve around this bend and then drop in. And then all of a sudden you're looking at beautiful green rolling hills with cows in them sometimes. And then you keep dropping down a little bit more. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at a little city coming in and then boom, the ocean, right? Just, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. We get a lot of fires out here though, especially with the weather like we've been having now. We've been having all this rain down here. I know you guys have been getting it down there too.
Getting pounded by the rain.
Yeah. Yeah. But with all the greenery and stuff, once the Santa Ana winds pick up, it's not a good recipe for fires. So yeah, it's weird. Like some people have like snow days. When I was like growing up, we had fire days where like you just couldn't go to school for a week because like fires and like the
Fire danger.
Yeah. And just
air
like
quality.
the air quality was too low. So yeah, that's kind of like one of the bad parts of, I wouldn't say bad parts, but one of the kind of like dangers of living out here or whatever.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah. It's still just, it's a beautiful area.
I have a question for all the Central California folk.
All the cucks out there.
All these, some of them, yeah. Y'all got those listeners?
Probably, man.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure
shout
there
out, like,
Oh,
hey,
for
man,
sure,
I don't,
yeah.
like,
Oh, do
I don't
you,
really
bro?
know, like, I wouldn't do it, but, I'm not going to shame you for it.
No, that's awesome.
Anyway, sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, very accepting here. I love it. No, what's with all the liquor store delis? And I'm not mad at it. I love a good deli. Usually the delis in the liquor stores are, my man's about to fall asleep.
Lies.
I love, like, the deli and the liquor stores are always the good ones, you know? I feel like they're always super, super good. But they're everywhere and slow. Everywhere. Up and down Central Coast, it seems like. That just seems to be a thing here. Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes
guess,
you just need a sandwich with your beer.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. Like, I never kind of thought about that, but then I'm like thinking, like, yeah, I know of a bunch of joints like that.
Where was it? Not Santa Barbara, Pismo. When you were looking up at all the places to go to Pismo,
All of them.
Delis. Said liquor and deli, liquor and deli.
Yeah. All the liquor stores we went to today they had delis in there too.
Gotta
It's
get your
awesome.
And they're
sandwich.
like fire deli. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
just like somebody
no.
just like, here's a ham sandwich. Like, they're really, at least
Yeah,
the
they
ones
look
I've been
legit.
to are, man.
Not a whole
decent
lot
beer
of that
selection.
kind of stuff in San Diego. Although I do know, like, we do that place in Escondido.
Hidden Meadows. Oh yeah, dude. It's one of my favorite delis / liquor stores.
Not Hidden Meadows that we sold beer to. It was in Poway.
Oh yeah. Was there a deli in there?
There was a deli.
Oh, the first one we went
first
to.
one. Yeah, and we sold a case of each, I think, too. And
we did, didn't we?
Yeah,
You scallywag.
we did. There was a there was a deli there.
Poway. Shout out Poway. We have 2 in Poway. 2 stores.
Well, theoretically, one's Sabre Springs.
I don't think that's an actual city name, bro.
Well, it's technically, if you're in Sabre Springs, you're in San Diego. Epic.
Go get me a piece of mail.
Epic. Shout out to Epic Wine and Spirits.
Yeah, epic.
Good people.
They are good people. Very nice guys.
Yeah. So, let's do this. I want to do the one with the beard.
The Mexican lager.
Oh, yeah.
Another.
Yeah.
See, I'm a whore for a good label, and these folks, they did it right too.
Yeah, I see what looks like a skull
Sugar
with
skull?
a beard. Yeah.
It's a nice sugar skull, a bearded sugar skull. By the way, can I just say how wonderful all of our beards are?
We're doing good.
You know.
Yeah, Brandon, your beard's coming in nice. I like
Yeah,
that.
dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna keep
this is
it?
gonna, well, no, okay. Let me crack this beer. And then
Crack
we'll
it for us. Yes.
We'll get into some,
Beard talk.
Some beer talk.
Let's talk about beards. Let's get weird with our beards.
I've always wondered
In
if,
the cock chair.
I've always wondered if people have ever combined beards. You ever thought about that?
Combined beards? Like mush your beards together?
Not mush them, but like intertwined.
Intertwine? Like braid them together?
Yeah. I wonder if that's a thing. I don't know.
Or like take the beard clippings off of one man and
I feel like
put them
that
on
could be a
another man.
thing. I mean, people have done that in the here.
Thank you, brother. Cheers. Ooh, that one's got a nice nose too.
Does it?
Yeah, this makes me think of summertime.
Let me see the can, Brandon. After you, did you pour yourself some? Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna check this out.
Ooh, you know the tortilla chips with like lime flavoring? That's what I get on the nose.
Yeah.
Like Chipotle chips.
How do you guys, because the lime infusion is becoming more and more of a thing. How do you guys feel about it?
I love it. You're probably going to see a BeerDad's BrewWorks beer that'll have lime in it. Very similar to this.
Is this
not the salt part, but
is this a Mexican lager? What are we
this
categorizing?
is, yes. So this is Tarifico. It is a Mexican lager made with limes and sea salt, coming straight out of Central Coast Brewing. We actually drove right by that place.
Did we?
Yeah, it's in San Luis Obispo.
Slow.
Central Coast, huh?
Tarifico.
I haven't been over there.
Tarifico.
We
is
have
an easy drinking little Mexican lager made with limes and sea salt.
You guys nailed it.
Wait,
We have-
Central
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I
No,
need to think about
we have
this more.
we have Mexican lager lined up, don't we?
We do. That's why I said stay on the
Yeah,
look.
yeah, yeah.
Be on the lookout. BeerDad's BrewWorks.
Okay. Do you want to tease the name or no?
No. I'll talk. I think I've mentioned it before. Zapatos de Padre.
That's right. That's right. Dad shoes.
Dad
Nice.
shoes.
Dad shoes.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm gonna dive into Tarifico. Let's see what we got.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
All right. Thoughts. Here's my thoughts. Central Coast Brewing, San Luis Obispo, Tarifico. It's good. I just feel like maybe I don't know about you guys. Maybe I want a little bit more lime. It's not bad. It's a good beer. Be easy drinking. Also, I think we talked about palate wreckers having that habanero beer right before this.
Yeah, we probably should have finished with that.
You know, yeah, I'm thinking about it because I'm like, so this beer, it's good. It's, it's adjuncted. It's got, lime and sea salt. But now I know what it is. That beer that we had, the palate wrecker,
The flu.
got so much going on flavor wise. The flu, right? Got so much going on flavor wise, and then this one is a easy drinking crisp beer, and so like you're taking it in, and it's almost like sparkling water because
Yeah. That's a good
You're
call.
wrecked.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Mhm.
and I still have the spice.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
too. My lips are on fire. I actually want chapstick.
Right. Right.
Like
yeah.
hot.
You could almost kind of cuvee these two beers together.
Oh, that might be interesting.
Yeah.
Little habanero, little lime, little salt.
We have a little bit left of both. We should probably try that
Little collabo.
after we finish
Yeah.
our cups here. Yeah, I just want to add. It's interesting you say that, Justin, because I was like, that was my first kind of thought was like, oh, this maybe needs like just slightly more lime.
Yeah.
And usually my thought in beers like this that have that lime infusion is that it's got too much lime.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Got to find the happy balance.
yeah. I guess I just haven't had that balance yet. I know 805 has been doing like their infusion. Obviously,
Stone. Buena Vesa.
oh, of course, Buena Vesa and goddamn, why am I blanking on like the biggest brewery in Los Angeles? What are they called? Okay, the beer is Street Cart. Why am I blanking?
Golden Road.
Golden Road.
Gold Coast or Golden Road. Yeah.
Golden Road has got their Street Cart, out of the cart series
Yeah.
that they do. So yeah, it's becoming more of a thing, and like I get it. It's a cool style. It's a good style, but yeah, there's definitely like yeah, this is good. Just maybe like slightly more lime. I don't know if like
It's so light.
yeah. When you're adding, like if you were gonna brew this beer, how are you adding the lime?
Well, it depends. And what you're really looking for flavor wise. I really feel that you can use some kind of a lime juice adjunct, which is fine. But I really think that if you want a more stout lime flavor, I think you should use like the essence of lime, like using shavings, and that's not the right word.
Like the rind or the peel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shave it. It's almost like cooking. Have you ever cooked with lime?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. So
you're not just the juice, but like when you like take the rind, right?
The juice is fine, right? The juice is fine, and you'll get good flavor. But I feel like out of the rind, you're going to get that more potent lime flavor that you're looking for in a beer.
Right, but then that's where I think it pushes it over the edge. That's what I'm thinking. Like maybe it's like a combo of both or something. Because like the rind, I feel like is what's causing that. Like, ooh, this I just taste.
And
like
sometimes
it's like
if
sucking
you're
on a lime
using fresh limes, like
in the cuck chair.
they're all gonna different. It's the hard part with fruit in general, but different flavors. I mean, I'm sure you've in the past, whether it be a lemon or a lime, like you cut into it and you use it and sometimes they just taste completely different. And that's pretty normal when it comes to fruit.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So like the consistency, isn't it? Yeah. Like, did you guys deal with that at all with the pineapple beer that you guys did?
No. And shout out to Mikey for coming up with this for our pineapple beer, but Dole Whip powder instead of puree. And so, because, like you say, or like I just said with fruit, you could have, and now we'll talk about pineapple. You could buy 2 different pineapples at the store from the same shelf, and they could both taste completely different. Mm-hmm. You could have one that's like overly sweet.
Yeah.
You ever cutting into a pineapple and it just like starts juicing and foaming up?
Yeah.
Because it's like so soft, but it's so sweet.
Yeah.
Right? Or you could be on the total other spectrum where you cut into it and you probably shouldn't have cut into it yet because it's still like rock hard and has a very bitter flavor, Whereas the Dole Whip, the way that's designed it's the same. It's got, real pineapple mixed in it, but it is the same flavor over and over again, in that powdered form versus in a puree where maybe this batch of puree is a little bit sweeter. This batch of puree is a little bit more bitter. It's going to be the same with this in that format. And I think our pineapple beer is really good. And knocked it out of the park with that one.
Yeah, dude. And that's really cool. Like, I love that explanation about like brewing with, like the puree or like the powder versus like having sourced like the actual fruit. And I would imagine like financially, it's probably a better option. And like in terms of like storing all that pineapple too, like having to like have a bunch of fresh pineapple, that's probably is that difficult? And
well, you don't really use like a fresh pineapple. It's a puree, like pasteurized puree that comes in many different forms. You can get it in drums depending on how much you're making. Like if you're Jeremiah at King's Brewing and you're going to make frosés for the masses, getting it in these huge drums of puree, or you can get it in Costco size bottles. On the home brewing side, you find them like almost like those little pump bottles, like for coffee, like the barista bar.
Yeah,
and
like the syrup
it's
bottles.
like Amaretti, I think, is the name of the company that makes a lot of the fruit purees.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends on obviously the size of your brewery, how much beer you're going to be making, how much you need, or how much you need on hand, and but I think I really do. And this isn't going to be for all fruits, and I know that in this form, the Dole Whip powder, it's designed to make soft serve, right? And I just think that this is the way of the future for pineapple, and I don't know other fruits because they do make other flavors. But I feel like it's good because, and I'm sure a lot of people that are listening to this that have brewed with pineapple puree, is the inconsistency is the problem. And also, sometimes the companies too, like the quality of pineapple that they're sourcing to make pasteurized pineapple puree, it's really sporadic and hit or miss. I mean, I've had pineapple beers before in the past where like you buy them and you're like, hey, that was a really good beer, and then you go have them again and you're like, it's not that good. What's different?
Yeah.
I just think this is it's a shout out to Mikey at Creative Creature. He likes to experiment with things, and sometimes he comes across some really good ideas. So this is a good one right here.
Mad scientist.
Yeah. That's a perfect way to describe him, John.
He's awesome.
Yeah, man.
There's a
dude who makes
do I sound really loud?
Who makes an Earl Grey beer?
All right.
Who makes a beer and is like, I'm gonna put spirulina in this bitch, like. And it's fucking amazing, man. And it's like blue.
He comes up with some crazy shit down there.
There's nothing that's not at least a 10 out of 10. Yeah. It's usually over. It's usually like a fucking 14 out of 10.
That's right.
But at least it's a 10 out of 10. Like that's awesome that you guys have partnered with him, and like,
there's a banana puree that they have, and I'm like, we gotta do something with that banana puree. And I just mentioned banana puree, and he's like, oh yeah. Like banana Laffy Taffy, like he already had things lined up. And I'm like, yes, dude. And then even the barrel aged stuff that we talked about. Like, he's like, can you get a wine barrel? I'm like, yeah. Why, what are you thinking? He's like, he already has an idea of what to make with this wine barrel that we don't even have yet, that we're gonna get him.
Damn, he comes up with some crazy ideas for sure, and obviously creative creature. Yeah, pun on words.
Go figure.
Yeah. Yo, we got to turn John. John is loud.
I am loud.
We got to turn him down.
Did he get
no one is to hear me that loud.
Oh, I see. Look,
is it on? I see a button right here.
Yeah, there we go. Wait, John, talk a little bit.
That's better.
Mic check. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan today.
There he is.
Is that better?
He just blew out the eardrums.
Ron Burgundy's back.
Sorry, everybody.
Be able to pull that down a little bit.
Okay, wait. Can we? Wait. Let's try something crazy. Justin, you recommended this. What if we do like a 2/3 of the Central Coast, the lime beer with a little bit of the like 1/3 of the flu?
Do it.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna.
This is for
the troops.
There's not a whole lot left in there, so this will be a very small sample. But you can use what's left in my cup. So
okay, I'm gonna split this between me and John.
This is a shout out to our good friend of the show, old Simba Sours. So Simba from Creative Creature, he's an awesome beer tender and a good overall dude. Like, just in the beer game, he does beer trading. He likes to share his favorite breweries with the masses all over the country, and just a great guy. So what's up, Simba? You are the purveyor of cuvee. This is a cuvee for you.
Yo, cuvee for Simba, and like shout out to Simba in the Shaq video.
Oh, dude,
Shaq music video. Yo, I'm watching the. I
forgot about that.
I don't know why that like popped up on my Instagram.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Was he really in the Shaq music video?
Yeah, he's in it. Okay, Shaq is back to rapping. If you didn't know, John.
Oh yeah.
He's back. Yeah.
Coyote for Hire. Is that what he was with? Something like that.
Kazam days.
And I'm watching this video, and like Shaq is out in the streets. He's just rapping. He's got the kids with him, and he's like still hooping. He's like making like threes as he's rapping. And he's got all these like lowriders and shit, and like it's just
and Simba.
And then all of a sudden, you see this dude kind of like walk. He like kind of like he's like got this with the shoulders, and he's got like a 4-pack of beer, and he just kind of like walks on through, and he's just like partying with Shaq, and I'm like, motherfucker looks like Simba. And then I asked Justin about it, and he was like, yeah, it was Simba.
What is he boys with Shaq Diesel?
He was like close, man. Like he wasn't just like an extra like way in the back. He was like maybe like 2 people. There was like Simba, 2 random dudes, 1 like really beautiful woman, and then Shaq.
Cucking.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he cucked
for sure. Shout out
Yeah.
to Shaq Diesel.
I just hope that like Shaq and Simba had some creative creature after the video.
We need to get in on that plug.
Yeah.
Right. Hello.
Shaq Diesel.
Shaq Diesel doesn't. He says he drinks, but he doesn't drink ever in public or in front of people.
In front of people.
Oh, really? Is that a thing?
Yeah, he's like, I
didn't know
don't.
that.
He's like, I drink, but I don't drink in front of people.
Okay. I respect that. Hey,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Shaq is for the kids.
You can drink BeerDad's BrewWorks behind
Anywhere.
for
Sure.
Doors.
Well, he's a
Drink
dad.
some wine.
He's a dad. So
Well, and he's a branding,
Genius.
crazy person. Yeah, genius.
Right.
That's probably a better way to put it.
So the cuvee beer, like when you look at it, it kind of looks like iced tea.
yeah. Justin, you got the most pure because you had the most left. So John and I probably have not as good as what you perhaps have. So you have like the purest of the cuvées.
You have to try it.
I think it came out really well, actually.
You know what? I don't know if
That's
you
a
get
good
the same
collab.
thing I get, but I think that extra spiciness that you got from the institutional company, the flu, it mellowed it out just enough to where you still have it, but then it doesn't linger. Do you get that?
Yeah. Mellows it out a little bit.
That's good.
That is good.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I just
Mellows
figured
out.
I figured lime, sea salt, habanero. It just all sounded like it went together. It's good.
I feel you. Hey, let's crack one more beer, and then I want to talk through some beard stuff.
Sure.
Is that weird?
I forgot
No.
about the beard. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not weird at all.
All
It's
right.
never weird.
I love it.
Because
Let's get weird. Fuck
I
it.
discovered. Yeah.
Can I say fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And you can say fucking cuck. That's it.
Did you say fuck or fack?
Is one better than the other?
F-A-C-K, F-A-C-K. It's an Eminem song. I just
Fracking.
What Eminem
not
song
fracking.
is
We're
that?
talking about
Frack.
fracking.
There's an actual. A lot of people don't know this because Eminem. The thing about Eminem is like he always makes the songs that have to be played on the radio and like the ones that go big, right?
Oh.
But he also has songs that are what I like to call like fan songs that he makes that are either like over the top funny or inappropriate, but and they stick with you. And this one really doesn't fit that mold. It just, well, I guess it sticks with you, but it's a song called Fack, F-A-C-K. Check it out.
Was that like the clean version of a different song, or that's the main?
No, because there's cussing in the song.
Oh, okay. How have
But-
I not heard this song? Okay, I'm gonna crack another beer. Hang on.
We're gonna
hang
listen
on.
to it
I'll be
later.
right back.
I promise.
Yes, please.
Maybe Brandon can dub in some F-A-C-K, F-A-C-K.
All right.
There
Oh,
we go.
look at this guy. The sommelier.
Did you see that?
I
Sommelier
did see
right
that.
there.
Sommelier.
Or what's-
Tomato.
what's the other?
What's the beer one called again? Cicerone.
Cicerone. Yeah, that's him.
Wasn't that girl's last name? Or your supervisor? Your old supervisor? Cicerone. Oh, there you go. Name dropping again. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Let me.
Well, good thing that wasn't
this
even
real quick.
someone's real last name. Am I really loud again?
No.
I feel like I'm loud again.
Do you feel loud?
Yeah.
I'm sure the listeners will let us know.
I know. I'm sure they will. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, listeners. It's me.
So we're into this last
All right.
beer. It's been on the show before, but we have to shout it out because it's BeerDads and we are the
It's ours.
BeerDads.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the BeerDad and Brew podcast is now sponsored by BeerDad's BrewWorks, San Diego, California. More importantly, San Marcos, Escondido, San Diego. It's all the same. San Diego County, BeerDad's BrewWorks. We are having some Father Figure West Coast IPA. This is the cryo-hopped version of Father Figure. So for those of you that don't know, with BeerDad's BrewWorks, we came out strong, right? We came out with a Father Figure IPA that was baseball themed. It was a 1987 Topps baseball card, kind of mock-up with the swinging father. See how I did that? Not the swinging friar. On the can art, and everybody loved it. Had the 4C hops, did really well. 6% crushable West Coast IPA. Well, football season comes, and we've got to kind of take that to the next level. So what we did is we cryo hopped this bad boy. And as you can see, a little bit different. It's football themed. So instead of the swinging father, I've got the football father on here, if you will, who is doing the Heisman pose whilst drinking from his helmet. Yes, he's got a helmet with beers in it. That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, it's my first time trying this version. I had the non-cryo hop version, with the baseball dad on the can, which was amazing. This one I fucking love. It's got like a floral kind of quality to it. And it's got like kind of that. I've never been able to kind of articulate what like cryo does, like 14 Cannons, which, we've had on the show before. They love to cryo hop, like their signature beer, Tyrannicide, IPA. Tyrannicide. Yeah, that's a cryo hop. They cryo Mosaic in that beer.
When I hear the term, like, brewing aside or whatever, but when I heard the term cryo, like, it makes me think of like Michael Jackson getting frozen. What was that?
Yeah.
Frozen, yeah. Yeah, I think of that.
Or, no, it's Walt Disney. Walt Disney's head.
Yeah. They cryogenically froze his head. That's, that's what you think of. It's when you say it, and I know a lot of these things in the beer world, like, they come up like with these terms or, with all the different, there's so many strains and varieties of hops and, hop oils and extracts and all that stuff. And, it used to be back in the day, you had your standard hops, and then now it's like, okay, we can get the Pacific Northwest hops, which, great hops there. But now what we're really crushing on is these hops that come from New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very expensive, but really, really good. I was just telling John about a beer that I had, like the Flight of the Kiwis or something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. With New Zealand hops, it was just such a good hoppy lager that I had. And we love it. We had some good New Zealand hop beers at Noble Ale Works at one point. Shout out to old Jimmy Getz.
Yeah, that's right.
But
damn, what was that beer called? Like Hop Showers. It was something. Anyway,
something on the rain. Something with the rain.
Yeah, there was some. Yeah. It was great.
Mutweka Showers or
Mutweka Shower. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds lovely.
That was a great fucking beer. Yeah.
But this beer here, with this cryo, like, it kind of gives you a funk, like you said. It has a very powerful aroma to it, and it almost gives you the sense that you're going to have something that's going to just like slap you in the face and knock you out. It's not that strong, but it does have a lot of flavor to it. A little bit of on the peppery side, a little spice.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and I go and come in waves when it comes to IPAs, but I like this one because it's got a lot of flavor. And if you ask me between the two, the first father figure and then the football season one, which by the way, we're coming up on the Super Bowl, so football season's almost over. Shout out to the Kansas City Swifters, and I mean the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be an interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had to have something for football season. But it came out really good. Cryo hops sometimes can be a little too much, but I think with this beer, I think it's the right level. It's not too strong. I believe a little stronger than the first father figure, but still under 7%. I think we're like 6.5 or something like that.
Which I have a question. I have a question for that. So, because the OG father figure IPA was 6%.
Yes.
And so what changed? The hops changed. Is that what boosted it up to 6.5?
No, like a lot of people think that. So, a common misconception is like, oh, if this beer's got 4,000 hops in there, it's going to make the ABV go up, and that's really not the case. And I know a lot of our listeners know this, but this is for people that listen to the show because they want to hear what kind of beers we're having and where we suggest to go have beers, and they don't really the technical part of it. But as far as the ABV goes, more so on the grain side, so there's more grain that's used, and this is not that much more. You're talking a 0.5% is not that much more alcohol. But say, for instance, a triple IPA, right? Something that you're just like, yeah, I could see you salivating over there. You would have to use... No. We will one day. I mean, I have that recipe for Dad Hard, and I hope we come out with that one day. But you're using almost triple the amount of grain. I mean, like, I've talked to some brewers. Actually, Ryan Blondell, who a good friend of ours, he's the brewer at La Quinta Brewing. For fundraiser for Josh, he made the Joe's Revenge triple IPA, and he said that he had to use so much grain that he thought like his whole entire like mash tun was just gonna like fall apart because it was overflowing. But you're gonna use more grain to get that higher ABV, so not necessarily the hops.
Gotcha.
Yeah, does that make sense? Kind of.
Yeah.
Good,
I hope I explained that properly for all
I trust the beer stuff to you, bro.
For all the experts that know about beer. I'm still learning this world.
No, that was a good explanation.
But yeah. The more grain, the higher the ABV in most cases.
As it warms up, it's got like, kind of like a weed, like aftertaste to it. Yeah, it's got
that dankness. I like to use that word. That's a famous word in the craft beer. What's that?
Like hops and cannabis, they're the same family, I think, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
They share.
Yeah, because they look the same. Too,
very
right?
similar. Yeah,
I mean, that's what I've heard. I don't know what marijuana
it's like
looks
a jaguar and a cheetah. They're in the same family.
Yeah. It's kind of like that Elysium beer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Elysian Space Dust.
Elysium, yeah.
All the dust.
But they have another one.
Voodoo Ranger.
Dank Dust, dude.
Yep, that's the one.
That one. So I just had that one recently last year, randomly on tap somewhere. Oh, in Big Bear, and
Really, Big Bear.
yeah, at a random little bar in Sugarloaf. Shout out to Sugarloaf, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, Callan's had Dank Dust on tap, which apparently is super rare, and it smells like straight up marijuana, and it tastes like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then a place in Oceanside, Killer Pizza from Mars, had on tap randomly too. Yeah, really, really good. Did you have it?
I have had it. I've had a 6-pack like in a bottle form.
Yeah.
I've never had it on draft.
Apparently, it's really hard to find the bottles too. Where'd you find the bottles?
At like a grocery store.
Really?
Yeah. In like Los Angeles area grocery store. Because I believe they're from Oregon. If I'm not. Yeah. Good beer. But that kind of reminds me of that. Like, really
Danky.
good. Yeah. It's super
It was dank.
Ooh, that's a big compliment, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big compliment. I definitely like this IPA versus the OG.
Really? Oh, so you like this one better?
Oh yeah, way better.
Yeah. I like them. I really like them both. But I think this one has got a slight edge.
This one has a lot more flavor.
Yeah, and I think Brandon nailed it. Kind of like more floral notes on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Floral,
Like a little bit of
and then like
spice and
dank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
Kick you in the balls, IPA.
Do it.
Yeah.
But That's a Wine shirt, my favorite overall. I mean, we haven't tasted that. I just wanted to let you know.
Overall, all the beer.
That's a Wine shirt, the best, dude. The best.
I like it.
Should we talk about pineapples some more? I know we already talked about pineapples.
Well, let's talk about this.
Dole Whip.
Upside down pineapples.
Yeah, what?
Not the dessert variety, but it's the international symbol of the swinger.
Oh, is that really a thing?
Yeah. If you have a pineapple and it's upside down and like it's on a car, it's on a T-shirt, whatever.
Thing apparently.
Whoa.
You're basically telling other people that you are yourself part of the swinging Steve culture. Swingers.
I was gonna say Swinger Steve, but I didn't want to just put him on blast.
He's not gonna know.
You didn't know that?
No, so upside down pineapple.
Apparently, yeah.
So like if you're ever in a Costco walking around,
Yeah.
and there's a good-looking lady walking around with her shopping cart, and she's got an upside-down pineapple in her shopping cart,
Go that way.
she's looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's trying to add to the fold.
Okay.
So when
And
we had
more was
our
one.
Airbnbs in Carlsbad for a little bit, and it was like a big apartment complex with indoor hallways, and people would have their doormats out
Upside
in their
down
hallways.
pineapples.
Upside down pineapples, bro. I'm serious. Yep. So
That's
how's that?
scary.
5-star rating. Come on.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It was weird. Yes, please. Thank you.
I'm getting ready to go on a cruise, everybody, and I think
Cool segue.
right. Shout out to Disney Cruises and the Wish, the big Wish boat that we're going on.
Let's get our beer and wine on that cruise ship, bro.
Oh, you know what?
Not in a consuming capacity.
We
for
can.
us.
So Disney Cruise Lines is very well, they're generous because you spend a lot of money, but they allow each adult in each so each adult, no matter how many are in the stateroom or whatever, but like each adult can bring either a 6-pack of 12-ounce beers per adult, or you can bring 2 bottles of wine per adult. So maybe I'll take some thin vine on there and get you some photos
Some
out
beer and
in the
wine.
Bahamas.
Oh, I would love that. I would love
The
that.
Bahamas.
Did you get the bar package?
They don't do that on the Disney cruise.
What? Oh, because it's like kid and family stuff.
Not really that. It's just they want money, so they don't want you to get the all inclusive bar. So, but
Because they limit it anyway.
you got to have tricks, and the BeerDad's got tricks because I like my craft beer. So the very first day of the cruise, you can buy it's like a 32-ounce beer mug. It's like $16.95, but you buy it, and then every time you get a refill, the whole entire cruise while you have the mug, it's like $4 or $5 for a refill of a 32-ounce.
Nice.
Normally would be like $14-15 beer on the cruise ship. And they actually have a decent craft selection. I'm excited because this is their newest boat, so I'm excited to see what craft selection that they have on there. So I'll partake. While I'm there.
Yeah, I mean that's almost
standard.
like work. I mean,
Yeah, it's the standard.
Yeah.
So, but
Tax write-off, baby.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I can tell the wife, no, babe, don't worry. This is for R&D. This is work related.
Yeah, well, you just
Right.
throw it out to the bartender or whatever. Hey, you guys want to carry our beer and wine? Boom, tax write-off.
Can you imagine BeerDads on a Disney cruise? That would probably be like, I don't know. Do you think that's appropriate for the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have dad
yeah.
jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
We do have the dad jokes. But yeah, that's looking forward to that.
I've never been on a cruise ever.
Wow.
Have
Really?
both of you? You've both been on one?
Yeah, I've been on the one for sure, maybe 2 maybe one when I was a kid, but definitely one in my late teens.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was a great time.
You haven't been back as an adult?
No, I haven't gone as an adult. Yeah,
Sounds like your
I
next
should
trip.
go. Yeah.
Honeymoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna have
it
a
could
honeymoon
be.
coming up.
Yeah, it could be.
I always tell people this is, with a cruise, you're going to go, and we go Disney cruise, more expensive than some of the other cruise ships, but it makes a vacation cheaper because you're all 3 meals or more if you're hungry. But all your food's covered, and legit food. Disney doesn't mess around, but even other cruise ships have decent food. But all your food's covered. Obviously your rooms are covered. So if you think about in traditional terms of a vacation, you're gonna fly somewhere and you're gonna have to buy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have extracurricular money. Whereas here you've got all 3 squares are taken care of. You can get drink packages on some cruises, or the beer special, or they have the drink of the day for $4 or $5. If you're into the tropical fruity drinks.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
You look tropical and fruity, John.
I like pineapple double hazies.
That's yeah from BeerDads.
Damn.
But yeah, and
Wow,
then
and
you
the
go
cocktail.
and you go island hopping, so you can go to several different countries on a cruise. Whereas if you think about the things that you do on a cruise, if you did that on a traditional vacation, think about how much more money that would be.
And coordinating that alone would be a pain.
Yeah,
Right,
so
right. Yeah.
I highly
that's
recommend
true.
them.
I would think.
Unless you're deathly sick of water or riding boats, it's not for you. But I mean, most people can put a Dramamine patch on their neck and handle it. But I think it's a great way to go on vacation for cheaper than if you were to pay for the flight, pay for the excursions, pay for all the food. I just think it's great. And for you, John, with the little ones, eventually at some point when they're a little bit older, I think you guys would love Disney Cruise.
Dude, I'd be so worried that Roman would jump overboard.
I know we were worried about that with Hunter, and that's why we waited till he's about 5 because he's crazy.
I heard that's a thing, right? People go overboard all the time and they just don't tell you. They just keep going. They're like, we're not going to stop for them. You know? Right? It's,
scary.
That. Yeah. But my brother goes all the time on these cruises and he does like the bar packages, but they still cap it apparently. They cap it at like 8 drinks per day or something like that.
Oh,
like 8 drinks per day.
And it all depends too. Like sometimes you get bartenders that don't care about rules and stuff like that. Like one of my friends I used to work with, older, Vietnam veteran, experienced cruiser, he would always like tell me the tips and tricks of all the cruises. And one thing he would always say is like, you find the main bar that you go to, because like on a cruise ship there's several of them, but you find that one, and he was like, usually tips are frowned upon, but what you do on the very first day is you go up to that bartender and shake his hand, drop that $20 bill, $40, whatever you want, drop into in their hand, and the rest of the cruise, they take care of you. You go in there to order, a gin and tonic, they're not going to grab the gin from the first shelf. They're going to go all the way to the top and find the most high-end gin that they have. They're going to make your drink because you showed them a little love prior to.
Take care of them, they'll take care of you.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. So tip your bartender on the cruise ship.
Yeah.
Tip your waitress.
Tip your bartender. Tip your cuck.
Your server. Yeah.
The cuck. You know what?
Tip your cuck.
That's one thing you don't have to worry about in cruise ship rooms.
No cucks.
Or staterooms, as they call them.
They have a strict
There's no cuck chair
policy.
Yeah.
There
no
could
cucking.
be. What?
I have never seen a cuck chair in a
They
cruise
can't
ship
fit them in
room.
those little ass
Yeah,
rooms.
they're little.
I mean, I've heard. I don't know.
Technically
rooms are
still,
small, right?
So like
It's a cuck stool.
There's no room for cuck chairs in there?
our room is it's a bed and there's a pull-out sofa and that's it. And then
you got to
bathroom.
cuck out in the like in the dining hall with everybody else.
Brandon's laughing at pull-out sofa. I saw him. He just, as soon as I said pull-out sofa, he turned into a 13-year-old right now. It was so funny.
Nice.
Right on cue.
I really want to call this episode Cucking in Camarillo.
Cucking in
Cucking in
Camarillo.
In Camarillo.
Oh, God.
Yo.
It's the chair, dude. I can't stop staring at it.
I mean, I call dibs on that side of the room tonight. I want you to sleep next to the cuck chair.
I can't stare at it. No, it's that.
You don't have to stare at it. Turn around.
You know what I just realized?
Stare at me.
You know what I just realized this cuck chair looks like? I don't know if Brandon will be old enough to remember this, but Pee-wee's Playhouse. Cherry.
Oh yeah.
Remember the chair that talked?
Oh yeah.
Cherry.
Yeah. Cherry.
If Cherry was red,
Man,
that'd be her.
That name just feels lazy. Cherry? Really?
Yeah.
Lazy writing, Pee-wee. R.I.P. by the way.
Yeah, R.I.P. man.
R.I.P. That sweet little pervert.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's got a lot of significance for myself and my brother Andrew, as we used to watch him growing up, and I still will never forget when
When he diddled himself in the theater?
No,
That's what we're all thinking.
Yes.
That's what everyone's thinking.
So
You were
after
there?
We all
No.
remember that.
So
You were
Andrew,
down.
Andrew and I
down
were
the road, you're like, excuse me, this man just pulled out his.
Yeah.
Oh no, is that you, Pee-wee?
So Andrew and I, as kids, we watched him. That
Pulled
was
his
like, that
Pee-wee
was our
out.
show, right? If Pee-wee, he pulled his Pee-wee out.
Cuck.
We thought he was great, and then all of a sudden one day, like, our dads are like, "You will never watch this again, and never talk about Pee Wee Herman. Never." We're just like,
Canceled.
we didn't understand because we were kids. So we didn't know what actually happened.
He was canceled before canceling was a thing.
He did get canceled, but they actually brought him back though.
Yeah. He had
Right
like some
before he
random
died.
roles. Remember, he had some like weird random roles in some
Yeah.
movies and stuff.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He played the right hand man of the big bad. He had long hair, and nobody knew who he was except for people that like followed him religiously. Like they knew that's Paul Rubens. But yeah, if you watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's the stringy haired like bad guy, like kind of the main bad guy. Like it's like the head vampire, and then him, and then a bunch of other little ones. But dude, he's got long hair and a goatee, and you kind of like, who is that? This guy looks so familiar. It was Pee Wee Herman.
I love that we just got on a weird sidetrack about Pee Wee Herman. That's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
he looks
and
like
you,
a freak
and,
like that.
And you dropped his full like middle name.
No, Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Like a Reuben sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Justin was part of the fan club.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 You got a free cuck chair.
Weren't those, remember Pee-wee's Big Adventure or Pee-wee's Playhouse or something? He went to the dinosaurs. Were those the ones out in Cabazon? Over by your hood? Hey, wake up, dog.
Yes.
Was those the same dinosaurs?
Yep. Eat.
Was those the same dinosaurs? Is that even a correct sentence? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So where all the magic happened
the
between
sentence was-
myself
I got
and
distracted by
the
your
missus.
sleepy.
that was at that Burger King where the dinosaurs were at.
Oh, that's the Burger King where you and Amber courted each other.
Coitus? Did you say coitus?
Courted. This is a
There
family
probably
show.
was coitus at that Burger
I
King.
mean, you want to get weird?
I was going to say cuck chair, but that's
prep-
not appropriate.
No, there was no cuck chair, but there was a prep table.
He was the king.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think
You've heard this
alluded
before.
to
He
this.
wore the crown. Oh, you already heard that weird Burger King
the
story?
show.
Yeah,
There's a
I
lot
think
of weird
so.
Burger King
Yeah. There's
stories.
There's been a few at Burger King.
Hey, maybe they could become
Once
a
got
sponsor.
busy in a Burger King bathroom. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty song.
R.I.P. as well.
The nose. It was the nose for me. But yeah, no, those dinosaurs are there in Cabazon. In Pee-wee, he gets up in the mouth of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and he's like chilling up there. There's like a sofa up there, and there's like you can see the teeth.
Cuck chair for sure in there.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
that is gonna say gets up in the mouth of the cuck chair.
That's
God,
the one where he
okay.
gets to the rest.
I'm done.
He gets
That's
to,
anyone listening. I'm
Yeah,
done. That's
that's
the
it.
last time I'm mentioning
No more
cuck chair.
cuck.
ever.
No.
Let me get one more
No,
cuck
no,
chair.
no.
I'm
Yeah.
done. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done
So
now.
Pee Wee Herman gets to the restaurant,
Can't retire it yet.
and he gets out of the big rig, and the lady says, "Tell him Large Marge sent you."
Oh yeah,
He's all excited to say that Large Marge sent him, and he says it, and they like freak out like he killed somebody, and then he like sees the memorial for Large Marge and realizes that he rode in a ghost big rig with Large Marge.
Can you tell your ghost story
Damn.
again?
That was profound, man.
That was a Pee Wee ghost story.
The Camarillo.
Oh yeah.
Cuck
Let's-
Cemetery.
We have to have this towards the end of the show because we're in Camarillo,
Yeah.
and there is a scary dairy amongst us.
Scary Dairy.
Yeah. So in Camarillo, there is a place called Scary Dairy. For anyone who's listening that's familiar with the place or from the area, forgive me for forgetting why they call it Scary Dairy, because I don't think it has anything to do with dairy or being a dairy farm. It was like a mental asylum
Yeah.
that is no longer in use. And no, wait. Okay, I'm remembering it now. Okay, so there's a Cal State out here, very close by, Cal State Channel Islands, or Sea Sucky, as some folks
Is there
call it.
really a Cal State Channel
There's-
Island?
Yeah.
There's
I knew
a
a girl
Cal
that went
State
there.
Channel Islands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
had no
my
idea
fiance goes out there before anybody starts talking shit. Fuck you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Yeah, Sea Sucky.
That's where she went to school?
That's where she went to school. Yeah.
I didn't know that
Becca.
existed. First of all, we talked about Channel Islands, but that is freaking awesome.
But there's not an actual school out there, right?
It's not on like
Not on the
you don't
Channel
sail out
Islands.
to the islands.
Yeah.
it
Forgive
is-
my
it
ignorance.
is
There's
on the
nothing
mainland.
actually
No,
on the
no, no,
island,
no.
right?
Yeah,
There's not like a
I
Cal
believe-
State.
No, the
Channel Islands
school's
on
not
the
on
island.
there. There's a national park out there on the islands.
that's cool.
But yeah, I don't believe much else. No, it's the school is mainland, and it was converted into a school from a mental asylum. So they say the school is haunted. And anyway, down the street from the school, it's technically kind of in Camarillo, not Channel Islands. Anyway, there's like a former dairy farm that has been abandoned, and it's very run down, and it's got all these like graffiti, and like it's like structurally kind of like falling apart or whatever. And it's like a popular place for like locals to kind of go and have like, like people like to say there's like ghosts or spooky shit that go out there. And it is very weird and kind of spooky to be out there at night. And it's a little bit off the beaten road. Anyway, yeah, I was out there one time. I was telling these guys that, I heard like a horse. Like I was in a room and I heard this like horse like neighing and galloping. Yeah, not
Like that.
yeah, not too much unlike that. Wow.
It was
Yeah.
me.
You just gave the
was
poor guy
John.
PTSD, John.
Yeah.
Triggered.
Almost had to run out. And then I like peeked my head out and like looked at my surroundings, and I could see like full 360, and like there was no horse. There was
That's
no
awesome.
like horse galloping away.
I love it. I love
And
it.
it sounded like there was a horse like right on the other side of the wall. Anyway,
bet.
I know a lot of people have had like scary experiences out there. So yeah, that's if you're into that kind of thing, that's another attraction out here in Camarillo. But yeah,
That's crazy.
Hell
We should
yeah.
have done the podcast there tonight. That'd
Yeah.
be great.
Ooh, nope.
yeah,
I ain't
imagine.
gonna do
it definitely attracts a bunch of weird people, man. Like, there's
bet.
John,
people
what
out
would
there
you have
doing
done if-
seances and shit.
We were
Yeah.
drinking, doing our thing, and then all of a sudden you heard the.
I would think my Loki's here. My lab grade Dane. He makes the same noise.
He followed
I'm
us.
like, "Was that a horse?" No, there's just Loki. Yeah. So
That's a good name. I like that.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That was his
if Latte,
his God-given name.
my dog was here, you would hear that noise, but that's probably coming out
out of her butt.
a different.
Yeah. God
yeah.
bless Latte, man.
Boxers tend to
Boxers
be
are
gassy.
Crazy dogs. Do you have any dogs, Brandon?
I do. I have a small dog. He's amazing. His name is Calypso.
Okay.
We call him Clip for short.
That's
He is.
Love
Yeah,
I
he's
have a good
a
story.
he's a Chihuahua German Shepherd mix, if you can believe it.
Dude, that's so random. So
which one was the one that did the consummating?
I don't know, and he has a grandparent that's a Jack Russell Terrier. So yeah, my
I'm
really,
just trying to picture a Chihuahua. And it, like,
I know, yeah,
getting a ladder.
both ways is kind of wild. Yeah, my a friend of mine rescued him out in Mexico, and she had like already a lot of dogs, and she was like, I love this dog, but I can't take him on. She was looking for somebody to take him on, and I saw a picture, and I fell in love with him, and I was like, oh my god, like I don't know, I just felt like a connection to this dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta adopt this dog, and
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I've had him for about in May it'll be 10 years.
is he white?
Yeah, he's got a white coat.
Dude, it's related to Vino.
Yeah, I'll show you a
my,
picture of it.
So my dog Vino, one of our dogs Vino, he was also a rescue. We don't really know where he came from, but he had a sister named Calypso.
Whoa.
And we did his DNA, German Shepherd, Boxer, Chinese Shar-Pei, Terrier. Like he had a bunch of different random strands that were like, there were so many different ones. They're like, we don't even know the rest.
Wow.
But yeah, Chinese Shar-Pei, Boxer, German Shepherd, and Terrier. And he's white.
Wow.
So yeah, we gotta look at pictures of our dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, his sister got adopted out by another family, and they named her Calypso. Which
Wow.
is crazy, man.
That is so weird. I mean, he's definitely. I mean, I've seen the Red Rocket, so I know.
Oh
he's
yeah. No, I'm not saying it's the same dog. but,
Okay,
like,
okay.
They
Okay.
sound really similar.
Yeah.
You know, like
Okay,
maybe the
yeah.
same
I've
bloodline.
seen
Yeah.
the Red Rocket. That's-
Maybe it's
Yeah.
no, Vino's Red
Glad
Rocket.
I'm not the only one.
Another could be another potential episode title.
Yeah.
I've seen
Red Rocket.
the Red Rocket. Yeah,
I think we all have.
Yeah. Vino's no. I don't know what's wrong with Vino. He doesn't do the lipstick thing. I don't know.
the lipstick. That's
Yeah,
good.
I don't
That's
know.
good.
But I'll leave a sandwich. You leave a sandwich on the floor.
Can we put a picture up of Calypso on like the podcast or something?
Oh, yeah.
People,
Oh,
people
man.
see what we're talking about, and then we'll put a picture up of Vino.
100%.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, well, I think we did some pretty good rounds of beers.
No
but
more
you
ghost
wanted-
stories.
Well, he wanted to ask about beards, so I think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna round out the show here
okay.
with some beard questions.
All right.
Okay.
Sit up straight for
All
this
right. All right. So here's my thing.
What's the deal with beards?
Why do people grow their beards? No, okay. So I've always loved like growing out my facial hair since I had the ability to do so. You know, since I hit puberty at 25. No. John's like, what the hell?
no, man. I hear you.
Yeah, I was.
I still can't grow a full beard, so
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
No, you got a nice little
come
shadow
on.
there.
I'm
going,
definitely
man.
third place with beards in this room of 3 beards. And I'm definitely the like.
If it makes you feel any better, I didn't really grow this today. Like it's been there for
Took
a
a little
while.
bit.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, not everybody has this illustrious beard.
I know.
Like BeerDad. But
Happens.
good genes.
anyway, so yeah, for so long, like I would grow out my beard and I was like, man, I can't get it. Like it would start to just look janky and
Yeah.
unkempt. And I would try all these trimming techniques with like an electric trimmer. And I just, like you'd trim too much in one part or whatever. And you're like, all right, I got to take the whole fucking thing down. And, man, this is for all the guys out there, man. All the women that listen to this podcast, because, I'm sure there's so many. They're like, wow, this is so riveting.
Anyway.
Cucking.
They love the cuck talk, for sure.
Yep, and beards.
All right, so I figured out my problem. So when I would get out of the shower, I would comb my hair, and then I would comb the beard, all with the same comb. I was doing it all wrong. You can't comb your hair and your beard with the same comb. So what you got to do is you comb the hair, then you got to have a special comb. You comb with like this very special beard comb. Yeah. Mine is like from Japan. It's like a Japanese
coarse,
beard
kind of like coarse brush.
Yeah, like thinner bristles and whatnot. You comb that, and then I have like a little trimmer. And instead of taking it off with the electric, you go scissors, and you just kind of trim it that way. And that's what I've been doing. It's been working. Yeah.
Well, it looks great, dude.
Oh, that's kind of you to say.
It is
kind of you.
And did you use any like kind of beard balm or anything?
I used to. I haven't been doing it
Same
as of late.
Same.
But yeah,
I feel like mine's not long enough for that. Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like I. Like
do you usually go longer than you're at right now?
I guess I did because I look at pictures from like even a year ago. I'm like, gosh, dude, and my beard was way thicker, and I don't like the way it looked then, so I just keep it like pretty short now.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I don't even need beard balm anymore because I was putting it in probably for no reason. I probably didn't even really need it.
Right.
Versus the BeerDad over here, it is illustrious, beautiful ginger beard. Did you use that beard balm that I gave you from Gunfighter?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, shout out to Gunfighter.
I tagged
good company, bro.
Yeah, Beard Care is where it's at, and if you take care of it, it takes care of you.
Yeah. Does fiance like the beard, or does she?
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's very kind. She's like, oh, I like it either way. So,
bless her heart. She's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is one point though, like as you go longer, you have an awkward stage, where you kind of look like Yukon Cornelius from the claymation Santa Claus cartoons. You get just, I don't know, kind of almost like that, like Amish type jaw strap beard going on.
Yeah.
But eventually your beard starts coming in. It's not so bad, but you got to watch out for those little stage where it's
right.
Little awkward.
Yeah.
Right. But
looking Amish.
Yeah. Yeah. You start building cabinetry out of nowhere.
Right.
You're like, what's going on? I don't normally work with wood. This is weird.
Yeah. That's for all my guys out there, who are like, man, I need to figure out my beard situation.
Yeah.
Let me listen to this beard podcast. Maybe I'll find out.
I like it.
Beers and beards.
I love it.
Goes together.
We're just, you know what? If we could help one dude with his beard and one dude with their beer and whatever else we talk cucking, if we can help one person
and one dude with their cuck,
one person with this whole, you know what, then our job is done.
Yeah,
our job here is done.
I love it.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
So we're doing the Lord's work here, guys.
That's right.
I'm honored.
Speaking of cucks, I think it's time for the listeners to listen and cuck for Grandma. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say something, but I think we should just end it right there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut my stupid ass voice off.
No,
none of this is going to make it.
I never want it to end. I always have too much fun.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Actually, real quick, let's just do like a quick thank you and shout out to John. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, wow. Thank you, man.
On the podcast, Cheers. Man. It was awesome having you.
Thank you, brother.
I would love, anytime you want to come on with us, man, be honored to have you.
Don't say anything you don't mean.
No, I do. I legit mean it, man. Honestly,
dude, it's so funny. I love this stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. And again, love what you're doing with Thin Vine Wines, and this is, just awesome having you, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Let me know how you like those wines.
Oh,
I'm excited to hear it.
I will, man. I'm stoked to try them.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. Cheers to you, John. It's been great, and cheers to all our listeners. Go check out BeerDad's BrewWorks, our little baby project, and it's going to blow up, and I hope you are part of that ride. Definitely go check out our new store up in San Luis Obispo, the Cork and Bottle. Go support BeerDad's BrewWorks up there, and we appreciate you guys. And stay tuned for more, because tomorrow we're hitting the southern part of the Central Coast to partake in some BeerDad's BrewWorks action. So
Ventura, Oxnard, we're coming for you.
that's right. Oh, and Moore Park too.
And more park.
Can't forget that. And Camarillo. We're here.
Camarillo.
Oh, yeah.
Win in Rome.
Cut
We're
capital,
winning
baby.
Camarillo. That's right.
Cucking in Camarillo. Good night.
Cucking in Camarillo, and Cucking in Camarillo with Grandma. Grandma, take it away.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
They also practice by drinking the urine of a ram.
The what?
They drink ram's piss.
Because of the pH balance?
No, because if you can drink ram's piss, fuck, you can drink almost anything.
She said fuck.
Oh, what is the malted liquor? What gets you drunk or bigger? What comes in bottles or in cans? Beer. Can't get enough of it. Beer. How we really love it. Beer. Makes me think I'm a man. Beer. I could kiss and hug it, but I'd rather chug it. Beer. My belly out to here. Beer. I could not refuse it. Beer. I could really use it. Beer. 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 I can't remember how much I have had. I drank a 12-pack with my dad.